You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about fallout that continues from last night's despicable, horrible loss to the Seattle Storm. Keep in mind, the game that they played the Storm in prior to this one, they only lost by 2 points. They were extremely competitive in that game. Last night, no, not even involved. And now you're starting to see frustration between Caitlin Clark and one of her teammates, Aliyah Boston. Now, I've been pretty critical of Boston because it seems like she's got a real habit of either blowing a pass that was sent to her from Caitlin Clark, leading to another turnover, or she gets the pass, she puts the ball up, she misses the shot, gets her own rebound, and then puts the ball back in, or it's a rebound off to the other team. And it was sort of a wasted opportunity. Now, I know she's high in the WNBA fan voting and all of that. I think there's issues there. I thought there was a chance that this could be sort of almost like a Stockton Malone kind of situation, and maybe it can be. But there's a clear breakdown. Clark's getting frustrated, and you can tell it as the way she handled this journalist, because she shut his ass right down and said, hey, how about you ask my teammate a question? Because they'd been drilling her for about 3 minutes. And then Christie Sides, and I made a video this morning, fans are destroying her. And she came out and she actually stated the obvious. No kidding, Caitlin Clark needs to shoot the ball more. And you're partly responsible for that. Large partly responsible, by the way. I think Caitlin Clark's trying to be a good teammate and distribute the ball. No doubt she's going to have to get selfish because she's going to have to put this team on her back. If she doesn't, they got no chance to win at this point, it seems like. So, after the Indiana Fever's 89-77 loss to the Seattle Storm on Thursday night, their second in a row, arguably the team's two biggest stars were involved in an awkward exchange. Caitlin Clark was brutally shut down by Aliyah Boston in a post-game press conference after the first several questions were asked to her, and no one acknowledged Boston. That prompted the rookie sensation to say, quote, ask Aliyah a question, to which Boston replied, no, I'm good. Very interesting. Clark reasserted that she wanted someone in the media to ask Boston a question, with someone in the assembled press in Seattle obliging. Both Boston and Clark were both clearly frustrated with the result that keeps the Fever out of the WNBA playoff picture by combining to score 26 points. I think Boston was 3 of 14 or something like that last night. It was bad. It was real bad. This is the exchange right here.
15 points. So I think just, being able to find that competitive edge at the same time as staying positive is a hard thing at times, but I think we can definitely do a little bit better and continue to just motivate one another because, sometimes you're going to have good games, you're going to have bad games, but, it's a team sport. You got to find a way to lean on your teammates and, stay connected. And I think we can do a little bit better job of that too.
First half.
Yeah, I think I only took a couple shots, so I think I could have probably tried to set some more screens and use some more screens, but we turned the ball over a lot. I don't know, when you're playing out of a ball screen a lot and you get blitzed, you're just going to have to give the ball up. That's just kind of how it rolls. And I don't know. I think I could find ways to get the ball back a little bit, but at the same time, we were still doing some really good things out of the ball screen there, and especially when we cut it to 9 points to start the fourth quarter. But I think we have to find a way to continue to be more consistent and set and use screens and continue to flow a little bit better in offense. And we had been doing a better job of that, but I didn't feel like tonight was our best. You could ask some Aliyah a question. Ask Aliyah a question.
There's clearly something there. I don't know what it is. There's some kind of breakdown between the two. Clark has got to be frustrated at this point. I mean, she's trying to play a team game, and I feel like she believes, especially in light of the treatment she's received in the league by players as a whole, she's trying to get her whole team involved, and I get that. Christie Sides is now trying to CYA, cover her own ass at this point, because she has now come out. She made these comments after the game. Quote, Caitlin Clark needs to shoot a minimum of 15 shots a game for us. I've been saying that. I'm not a coach. I'm not a freaking coach. I'm some dude that's got a YouTube channel. I said 2 weeks ago she needed at least 15 shots a game. I said earlier this morning I'd be more comfortable in the 18 to 22 shots a game range. I kid you not. Her teammates can't shoot. They can't make buckets. It was painful last night. It was painful to watch. She's got to get shots, and we've got to do a better job of setting her up. That's on you, Christie Sides. Setting some really good screens for her to get her open. Absolutely. I mean, look at this. Aliyah Boston, 5 of 16 as a post player. That is trash. That's terrible. That's terrible. And at some point, I mean, Caitlin's just going to have to hold the ball and try to create her own shot. I do believe there's a part of this that is, I'm not trying to be selfish in light of I take enough heat from other players around the league. I don't want to seem like I'm trying to ball hog at this point, but she's got no choice. You know, and Christie Sides is trying to state the obvious. At this point, when it comes to Christie Sides as a coach, this chick is polishing the brass on the Titanic. Okay? She's going down. I mean, she's going down. She's hit an iceberg. But because she got handed the most phenomenal player to ever come into the WNBA, she's got no clue what to do with her whatsoever. None. Zero. Ugh. If I am Pacers ownership, which is also Fever ownership, I am looking, you know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for a real NBA coach, an actual NBA coach to bring in there. Somebody that's got a track record of winning games. The other day I made a video. Mark Jackson was brought up. Monty Williams has been brought up. Find somebody. Somebody brought up Bill Laimbeer. I said, you go back to Indiana and you bring in the legend. You bring in, call Larry Bird and ask him if he wants to coach for 2 years. Bring him in. He's 67. He probably won't want to coach past 70. Bring him in for 2 to 3 years. And get, I mean, they were look, Caitlin Clark, Larry Bird, there's some real similarities there. Obviously, passing, three-point shooting, all of these kind of things. And Larry was tough as nails. And that would take some pressure off of Caitlin because you'd have the spotlight go where? On Larry Bird. I know that's thinking outside the box and people might think he's too old. I bet Larry can do it. And if the Fever ownership is willing to pay enough money, I bet Larry would consider it. I don't know. Maybe that's wishful thinking because I'm such a big Larry Bird fan, but I'm throwing that out there. More realistically, Mark Jackson would be in there. I mean, played for the Pacers, hard-nosed pedigree, was a damn good NBA coach. I don't know why he has not long since been hired again. I really don't get it. Christie Sides, she's a wrap. And clearly there's something going on between Clark and her teammates at this point. I think they ice her out every game. I really do. She passes the ball to him, never comes back around. Never comes back. Forget about it. And if it gets to Mitchell, shit, forget it. Dribble, shoot. Dribble. I mean, thanks, Carmelo Anthony. Really? Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.